You're not just raising a child. You're actually helping a brain find its way back to safety. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh, the Brain Map Doc, and your neurospiritual guide. In this video, I want to share with you how you can help your child reclaim their focus, their creativity by rewiring their brain away from the screen time hijack. With that comes more peace, more calm, and more connection in your home. When I first applied the Rewire principles to my children, I was blown away how quickly things clicked into place. So I went from having a home of 5 kids that were always mad about not being able to use their screen to having children that would color again and would create together at the table. They were very quickly able to gain this rhythm. It was a rhythm in their brain that showed up in their behavior faster than I ever could have thought. Okay, in the hijack video on this topic of focus in kids, I shared with you how the brain is overstimulated. It becomes wired and tired and hooked on the dopamine from the screen. What that does is it makes your child anxious, stressed out, angry, tantrums, freakouts when you take the iPad away because their brain needs the dopamine to soothe the stress and exhaustion that the screen is actually causing. So now I want us to dive into our 3 Supernormal Rewire strategies that you can use quickly to help your kids come back online. So if your kiddo's attention span has shrunk to nothing, and if their emotions explode over the smallest things, this video's for you. On brain maps, I've seen it over and over and over again. The red chaos that happens when the brain is dysregulated. But when you use these rewire strategies, you will see that red turn to green, the green zone of calm flow, focus instead of distraction, self-regulation instead of emotional chaos. Step number 1, reset the rhythm in your home. Help your child find the rhythm of the day. It should include brain on time, where they're using their brain to produce or to take in. Brain neutral time, definitely no screens there. Then limited screen time that's intentional and on purpose. So when I first helped my kids to rewire, that's exactly what I did. I set up the rhythm of the day and I basically never really vied from it unless I really had to. We would get up, we would all eat breakfast together. Then it would be go outside time and we would play, we would engage with the world. Then it was chill time where we did nothing, where their brains could hit that default mode network of integration of the experiences that we had in the morning. Then it was screen time. I would set the timer. They would know when they could start using their screens. The timer would go off. They would have to put their screens away. Teaching regulation. Then back into the world to do more things. Then dinner together. Then a little bit more screen time with the timer again. Then the evening routine to bring it down. The rhythm of the day can really help them to move forward. When kids know what to expect, their brains can come out of that overstimulated mode where they're on high alert. This helps the nervous system to calm down. It enhances neuroplasticity and helps them to rewire. Number 2, be the change. In today's day and age, most parents are characterized as digitally distracted parents. So you know what that means is you're on your devices. You're checking your phone when you make dinner. Your child's trying to talk to you, but you're on Instagram because you need a break. Set your rhythm so it is the same or it's synced up with your kid's rhythm. This way you're modeling the behavior for them. It goes a long way. It'll regulate your brain and it will help them regulate theirs. Speaking of, step number 3 is co-regulation. So especially when my kids were young, I would joke with them all the time that I am their prefrontal cortex. And what I meant by that is that if they were having a difficult time emotionally regulating, I would help them to do that. And you've probably heard this rule that you give them 1 minute in their room for every minute for 1 year of their age. So if your child's 5 and they are having a difficult time emotionally getting themselves together, you give them 5 minutes in their room with strategies that you've given them. You're not just putting them in there to melt down more. What I would do is I'd put Saoirse in her room and I'd say, babe, I need you to calm down. And nobody wants to be around you if you're having a freak out. So go collect yourself and come back out when you're ready. But if 5 minutes later she didn't come back out, I would go back in. I would have already shown her how to take deep cleansing breaths that will regulate her brain. I would already encourage her to do some coloring to get herself calm again. Super funny story. One day she went storming out the house with no shoes on. She made it about 20 feet away and she came back in and I helped her again. She's my last kiddo. She's the most regulated out of all of them. But I've taught her the strategies. I've given her the space to try to do it herself, and then I've stepped in and helped her when she needed my help. Co-regulate. Order is the shape of peace. This is what St. Augustine said. And what he means by that and how it applies to our children today is that when we structure the order for them, it allows them to get back to that sacred self that actually feels calm and peaceful on the inside. We have to be top 1% people in today's day and age. We have to live super normally, not like everybody else is living, if we want to have that calm and peace. I'm so thankful for my work that I've been able to do that in my home. With each of my 5 kids, I've had to do it in different ways. And you may have to do it in a little bit of a tweak of a way for your child, but the primary thing is to create that order and not have the energy up here all the time. Have the energy here in the middle, baseline arousal, the place where the brain can hit that rhythm of feeling calm and peaceful. Here's the takeaway. The world will try to wire your child for distraction, anxiety, lack of focus, and dopamine addiction to the screen. But in your home, you can set the pace and the rhythm so they don't succumb to that. That's supernormal living. You can do it by using these rewire strategies. If your child's really having a difficult time, you can use the brain tech with me. So please go over to drtrishleigh.com. And there you'll find out about QEEG brain mapping, how I can see the dysregulation in your child's brain. You also will learn about how I can use that tech to regulate your child's brain from the inside out. Then you teach them these skills once their brain is using a more optimal pattern. It's all there for the taking. So please visit the website, download the free guide, and stay with me here on this channel. Everything I share with you is backed by neuroscience and the sacred science of getting back to the purpose and the passion and the authentic self that you want for yourself and for your children. Stay here with me, so subscribe. Click the video that's coming on the screen now and drop in the comments what you're going to do to help your child rewire their brain so you can have a super normal family.